get the right terminologies to be used in this house.
Now,
I understand my English, even if you go to the Senate of the Republic of the USA, where we borrowed, they refer to each other as gentlemen or ladies from here or from there.
now, Senator Mtata, take your seat. Take your seat. Senator Mtata, this is a house of rules and procedure. 4 years down in this term, by now you must be versed with the provisions of standing orders, especially on the standing order that demands that you refer to your colleagues as the Honorable Senator so and so. It is not a directive from the chair. It is a demand by our standing orders. Kindly proceed to refer the Honorable Member from Kitui as Honorable Senator Enoch Wambua. Proceed.
You just said what I've been
Leave
saying.
the issue of the gentleman to the other jurisdictions.
Okay, the honorable gentleman from Kitui, because we want the...
Senator Omtata, I have directed you.
But you have just said, you have also referred to him as a man
You
from
need
Kitui.
you need to respect our standing orders. Please, just stick to our standing orders. Leave alone the Englishmen to refer their Englishmen the way they want to refer them. Let's stick to our standing orders.
Mr. Speaker, maybe some guidance. What is dishonorable in referring to somebody as a gentleman? Okay. For the sake of harmony, let me refer to nobody. So is it that way? So,
you may proceed, Senator.
Thank you,
Omtata.
Mr. Speaker. I proceed. And what I'm going to say is that there was a proposal to move a bill to help us separate the treasuries at both the national and the county level from the executive so that we can restore control of money through the elected assemblies and with the use of independent civil servants who enjoy security of tenure to be custodians of the public purse. And the only way money can be moved from the treasury is that it must be in the bill, in the budget, and that it has been approved by the control of budget. Today, money is being moved from the treasury in manners that we don't understand. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the statement of actual revenue and net expenditure issues that is published, that is by law required to be published within 21 days of the end of each month, you will find movements of money, gazillions of money, being moved that are not in the budget. They are going to do things that are not in the budget. Even domestic borrowing, Mr. Speaker, sir, I've never seen domestic borrowing in any budget I've examined since 2010. And yet we borrow beyond $1 trillion shillings of late, beyond $1 trillion shillings domestically without approval of Parliament. Let us restore the control of money. Let us drain the swamp. Then the other thing, the other day I saw our senators and all of us fought very hard to add about 5 billion shillings on the allocation to our county governments. I'm doing an audit of the budget right now. I'm almost halfway done. And I've identified 90 billion shillings in ghost allocations. And the ghost allocations are being called other operational expenses. And in one ministry of Interior, 14 billion is allocated, the largest allocation is for other expenses that are not defined. And yet, we are here struggling over 5 billion, 10 billion shillings, and already 90 billion, if you look at just the budget, reading through the budget, is being misallocated through something called other operating expenses. Which are these other operating expenses that have got no name? We require votes for everything. And if you look at the ministry, you find that they've basically covered everything that is required to be covered. What are these expenses? So we have a lot of money being stolen on the revenue side of things. Forget about theft through the expenditure, which is in comparative terms negligible. The theft that is happening on the revenue side of things is really scary. And this House must come up with a mechanism.
What is the point of order, Senator Fernandes?
Mr. Speaker, I raise under Standing Order 105 on responsibility of facts and Article 211 borrowing by the national government. Mr. Speaker, is it in order for the distinguished Senator and Presidential hopeful Senator Okiya Omutata to say there is borrowing by national government without approval by Parliament, even quoting 1 trillion plus? Is it in order, yet the Constitution under Article 211 say Parliament shall approve, Mr. Speaker? Is it in order? Can he substantiate the allocation? Can you
order, Honorable Senator. Senator Onyonka. Senator Onyonka. It's not a fact as far as Senator Fernandes is concerned.
Correct.
And that's why he has stood on a point of order seeking that particular allegation to be substantiated. Now, Senator Okiya
Yeah,
Omutata.
can he substantiate, Mr. Speaker?
Take your seat, Senator Fernandes.
I had not finished, Mr.
Take your seat. Now, Senator Okiya Omutata, you have made an allegation that, that the government has made certain borrowings without the approval of Parliament, as the law demands. Would you substantiate those allegations now? If not, you may wish to substantiate them at the next sitting, which is tomorrow. Would you wish to substantiate immediately? If not, then you can proceed to withdraw that statement.
I've never withdrawn anything in my life.
Order! Order, honorable senators. Order. Order. The member has just stated he's never withdrawn anything in his life.
Yeah.
Allow him to stand by his assertion. Proceed.
And Mr. Speaker, sir, before I substantiate, we must understand that I hope my time is being saved. We must understand that information is immaterial. That's why we are told that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It's immaterial. It's spiritual. And I want to begin by partially substantiation there is the money that was given to the Nyota Fund by the World Bank. Where in the budget was it approved? That loan that was given. And going forward, I would request that tomorrow the clerk sets up these instruments. I come here and I need 30 minutes to substantiate, and I walk you through the budgets and the statements of accounts of the government to show you how we are being looted. Can that be done for me tomorrow?
Order, Honorable Omutata. Honorable Omutata, you have just indicated you're unable to substantiate instantly, and therefore you're requesting to do so tomorrow. Very well. You may proceed to conclude your
comment. But the request is that I be allowed to...
You may proceed.
The gadgets be actualized, the country be hooked on, and I do the substantiation online for everybody to see. Not that I give you to decide whether I've substantiated or not.
Senator Omutata,
yes.
You cannot dictate on how this House proceeds on this matter.
I am an elected representative. I represent taxpayers, and the only reason I'm here is because people pay taxes. Everything else is irrelevant. And when it comes to public money, I will dictate how that public money is to be used. I would rather be thrown out of this House than be part of the scam. I achieve nothing sitting in this House if it cannot control public money. I would rather be thrown out and never be a senator in my life than be part of the scam.
Senator
And that's what I'm saying.
Order,
Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Mtata, order. If I were you, I would have saved that
You are
energy
not
for
me,
tomorrow
Mr. Speaker, sir.
when you are substantiating. You said you're unable to do so right now, and therefore, can you save that energy for tomorrow with all the gadgets? You may now proceed.
I only
to comment.
requested that the matter of substantiation should be not a case whereby I hand you a flash disk, then you come and tell us I've substantiated or I've not. I want to do it in the open on the screens so that every person in this country can see that I've substantiated how government is engaging us in odious debt, which we have not been approved by Parliament. Because the only reason I'm here is because
Senator
we pay
Mtata,
taxes.
we have concluded that matter. Proceed to conclude your comments.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I'm well guided. And moving, yes, I would like to be informed by the whip.
I have not given any permission for any information. Proceed to conclude your comments.
So, Mr. Speaker, this bill is a very important bill for us, but it amounts to a lot of pounding water in a mortar. It amounts to pounding water in a mortar if we don't restore the checks and balances that ensure that public money is controlled. We must control money. So the system that is broken, as my brother is saying, I hope that is parliamentary to call you my brother, is good for us to go back as Parliament, and I will be requesting the leadership of the House to give prominence to the requirement in the Constitution that we have control over public funds, that the power of the purse leaves the presidency and comes back to Parliament, that the power of the purse leaves the governor's chambers or residence and comes back to the National Assembly, to the county assemblies. That way, it's not a manifesto issue. It's an issue that's in the Constitution that requires implementation. Article 225, Clause 1 is very clear. And you have to read it as separately from Article 225, Clause 2. We are required to make two laws. We made one and made a mess of it. And the country is suffering because of that. It is something we can do. I don't know how to refer to him, but there's a way in which somebody ought to bring a bill. And if I don't know if he can use my less of my time just to inform the House if the bill is in process or not. If he knows himself, I don't know how to refer to him. But that we should be able to help us. Yes, I would like to inform.
Proceed, Senator Mtata, to conclude.
He had requested to inform me, and I had requested. So through the Speaker, I request that Mr. Wambua informs me.
Senator Mtata, you need to acquaint yourself with our standing orders. You are a very good debater, but you seem not to have a good grasp of our standing orders. Proceed with your comments and conclude.
Yes.
Senator Wambua, what is your point of information?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I take the floor to inform the senator from Busia that
Senator Wambua, I have not granted you permission, neither have I posed the question to the Honorable Senator whether he is amenable to your request to...
You called me, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, and what you're supposed to do was to indicate that you would wish to inform the Honorable Senator.
Yes.
In which case, then, I will ask him if he's amenable to your request. If he
He had requested it earlier, but Mr. Speaker, we will be guided by it.
We have procedures.
All right, thank you.
And Senator Wambua, you're serving your, is it third term?
Second term.
Second term?
Yes.
Ranking member. We know this procedure, so let us stick with them. Senator Mtata, would you wish to be informed?
Yes, I wish to be informed by the Honorable Senator from Busia, from Kitui. When I use the word Senator, I tend to refer to myself.
You may proceed, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for that free lesson on our standing orders. Mr. Speaker, I want to inform the senator from Busia that I've actually just, in the course of his presentation, I've actually consulted the table clerk, and I am waiting for an update on how far the Secretariat has gone in drafting that bill to permanently separate the National Treasury from the Ministry of Finance, so that the National Treasury equally serves both levels of government, that it doesn't serve the national government at the expense of county governments. The Speaker, I've been waiting for that bill to be drafted for such a long time, and I hope that this time round, the Senator for Busia will not remind us about that intention to bring that bill to the floor another time. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mtata, you may proceed.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And yesterday, Senator Cherargei referred to a very important aspect, Article 219 of the Constitution, which requires that funds be given to counties in good time. That cannot happen for as long as the National Treasury is part of the national government. The Treasury was supposed not to be part of any government, supposed to be autonomous and to serve all the governments equally. What happens, Mr. Speaker, the delay is caused because the national government demands on having a full belly and a leftover before it thinks of the county governments. A statement like sometimes the president says that I've given counties money is not part of our anticipated constitutional framework. It's not supposed to be the president to give money to counties. It's supposed to be the independent treasury, upon receiving the budget, make sure that by 15th of every month, the county governments are served. So, Mr. Speaker, this bill is a good bill. The efforts have been made in the houses, here and in the National Assembly. We have this bill. We are going to pass the money. But we are going to lose control of that money. The money going to the county governments, we are going to lose control of that money to the governors. Because the governors are the treasurers. And the governors will use that money to do as they wish. And at the end of the day, they will come here before our committees, and when they are asked tough questions, they will say they are being extorted. So I really pray that we drain the swamp. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I support this bill.
The Senate majority, the mover of this motion was the Chair, Budget and Finance. You may now move to reply.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. I beg to reply. I want to extend my sincere appreciation to the Honorable Senators who contributed in support of the county allocation of revenue bill, whose main objective is to facilitate the funds flow to county governments. In replying, the most responses have come out in support. There is only one issue that is stood out that I need to clarify. In DORA, there was inclusion of 8.94 billion meant for UHC. Unfortunately, DORA only covers the vertical share of revenue between the national government and county government. In the wisdom of the committee, the right place for that to have been placed was in the county government additional allocation for this year, because if it went into DORA, then we would have applied the fourth basis of revenue sharing formula, which will mean the monies would have been equitably shared. And UHE workers are not the same. In Mandera or in Kisii or in Kilifi, they are not the same number of UHE workers. It was supposed to be specific to different county governments. As such, the best place it would have served would have been under the county additional allocation bill, where the schedule then will specify the number of UHE workers in each specific county. And subsequently, then, for the county governments can absorb UHE workers this year using the funds allocated in county additional allocation, but then DORA is enhanced subsequent year in order to make sure that absorption is properly taken care of. Honorable Speaker, since the matter is pretty straightforward, it covered the horizontal share of revenue and the schedules that relate to various counties and what they have benefited from the 428 billion that was the share, the equitable share to county governments. I beg to reply. Thank you.
Sergeant at Arms, before I ask the Sergeant at Arms to close the door, we will ring the quorum bell for 2 minutes. Sergeant, at times you may lock the door and draw the bar. Clerk, kindly confirm that the system is ready so that I put the question for voting. again. Good. I'm told you are well advised. Thank you. So I'll proceed to put the question. Senator Abdul and Senator Wakoli, kindly proceed to dispatch and cast your vote. Senator Joyce Korir, on behalf of Bomet County delegation, kindly proceed to cast your vote. Order, honorable senators, we have the division result, and it's as follows. The ayes, 27 votes, the nays, 0 votes, abstention, 0. So the ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the equitable allocation of revenue raised nationally among the county governments for the 2026-2027 financial year, the responsibilities of national and county governments pursuant to such allocation and for connected purposes.
Sergeant at Arms, you may open the doors and withdraw the bar. Now, honorable senators, with further rearrangement of the order paper, we will handle order number 13 and number 14. Before I call those two orders, allow me to make this communication. Senator Betsiango, take a seat. Now, honorable senators, as you will recall, during the sitting of the Senate held on Tuesday, 16th of June 2026, while contributing on the second reading of the County Allocation of Revenue Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2026, the Senator for Nandi County, the Honorable Samson Chiranke MP, stated as follows, and I quote, "They should demonstrate in individual governors' offices. However, I know most of the governors are absentees. Most of them are in Nairobi more than they are in their homes. Others are in Dubai and South Africa. I'm told when Dubai was bombed, they shifted their base to South Africa to gallivant and perambulate. They should look for those governors whenever they are. My governor has also been absentee forever. Nowadays, he's an errand boy of the Cabinet Secretary, CS of Interior and National Administration, just attending funerals." It was at this point that the Senator for Mandera County, the Honorable Senator Ali Roba, MP, rose on a point of order pursuant to Standing Order 105, challenging Senator Chirange to substantiate his allegations that most governors reside in Dubai and South Africa, and that the Nandi governor has become an errand boy. I therefore directed Senator Chirange to substantiate his remarks as required under Standing Order 105.1. Honorable Senators, as you're aware, Standing Order 105 states as follows, and I quote, "A senator shall be responsible for the accuracy of any facts that the senator alleges to be true and may be required to substantiate any such facts instantly. 2, if a senator has sufficient reason to convince the Speaker that the senator is unable to substantiate the allegation instantly, the Speaker shall require such senator to substantiate the allegations not later than the next sitting day, failure to which the senator shall be deemed to be disorderly within the meaning of Standing Order 121, unless the senator withdraws the allegations and give a suitable apology if the Speaker so requires." End of quote. Senator Chirange MP was not able to substantiate his statement instantly and requested for time to do so at the next sitting in accordance with Standing Order 105.2. Having acceded to the request, I directed that the Honorable Senator substantiate the statements at the next sitting day, which is today. Accordingly, and pursuant to Standing Order 105.2, I now invite the Honorable Senator Samson Chirange MP to forthwith substantiate the statements he made, failure to which the senator shall be deemed to be disorderly within the meaning of Standing Order 121. In the absence of such substantiation, the senator will then be required to withdraw the statements and apologize to the Senate. Senator Fernandi, you may proceed to substantiate.
Mr. Speaker, as per the Standing Order 105.2, I now want to table documentation and the link that will go a long way to substantiate my assertions, and I hope if your office will need further evidence, I'm willing to provide. Mr. Speaker, I beg to table.
You may table. Now the chair will look at the documents that you've tabled and make a further communication. Yes, Senator Kathuri.
Honorable Speaker, through my little experience in the House, Senator Chirange should say verbatim what he is tabling, because you don't just table papers without even explaining what you are tabling. So, Mr. Speaker, I think he should be able to tell the House what he is tabling before this House, Mr. Speaker. He cannot just give you documents, maybe even they are not the right documents for your perusal, Mr. Speaker, sir. You are my good friend, though, Senator Chirange, but I'm trying to teach you how to go about the procedure.
Senator Fomeru, what I have, which has just been tabled, are photocopied documents. They're extracts from something I believe should be an Instagram page of Stephen Sang. Whether it is the same governor we are talking about or it's a Stephen Sang, that has no relationship with this debate, but that's what I have, extracts from that. And also I have a link, https://www.standardmedia.co.ke/politics. S/article/2015413007/absentee. Governors, why Northeastern County Chiefs are facing public wrath. That is what has been tabled. I need to look at them and make a further communication, whether they indeed substantiate the allegations that have been made. Let us not waste time on this. We have better business. Yes, Senator for Nairobi City County.
Speaker, you know I've been also waiting for communication from your office about material that I submitted. Upon request that I substantiate. But I wanted to get your direction because if you remember, I had requested the National Assembly to provide me with copies of the Hansard of the proceedings of 3rd of June 2026. I now have extracts of that Hansard. I wanted your direction on whether I can also table it so that my matter can also be resolved because it's like a sword of Damocles hanging over my neck. I don't know whether you will throw me out today or tomorrow, Speaker. And the anxiety is getting to me. I need my case to also be decided.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you did very well earlier when you guided me on a point of information. And Mr. Speaker, what Senator Agei has done, and you can guide us on this as well, is that he says he has tabled documents to substantiate. Now, compare and contrast that with what Senator Simona has just said, that I have copies of the answer from the National Assembly. So specific documents to address a specific issue. What exactly is it that Senator Fernandi has tabled? What document is it that, because it is not for the Speaker to tell us what you have tabled. It's for you to say, I have tabled this. The Speaker will make a determination as to whether what has been tabled is admissible or not, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Senators, just to start with the matter raised by the Nairobi City County Senator, you may proceed to table the Hansard from the extract of Hansard from the National Assembly.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I hereby wish to table the Hansard record from the National Assembly proceedings of Wednesday, 3rd June 2026, covering the appearance of the CS for Health on Kenya's preparedness to Ebola, and the instructive parts which are highlighted at page 11 of that extract. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Now, moving to the issue pertaining to the Nandi Senator. I think, Honorable Senators, I've just told you exactly what has been tabled. The Honorable Senator has elected not to tell his colleagues exactly what he's tabling. I have taken the liberty to tell you what he has tabled. If in his opinion what is tabled will amount to substantiation, then so be it. As the chair, I will rule based purely on what has been tabled. And I've told you, these are extracts. Extracts from the Instagram page of a Stephen Sang. Okay. Whatever it is, these are extracts from a page of a Stephen Sang. And there are 3 of those extracts and a link from the Standard Media Group. So I will need to look into this. And if this material amount to substantiation of the allegations made, then of course a communication will be made. Let's proceed. You had an opportunity to explain yourself. You elected to stay silent and table. So we'll leave it there. Let's proceed, Honorable Senate. We have heavy business to dispense with. Let's proceed. Clerk.
Committee of the Whole, Order number 13, Committee of the Whole. The County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bills number 8 of 2026. Order number 14, Committee of the Whole. The County Allocation of Revenue Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2026.
We don't need to ring the bell. Honorable Senators, can we settle down and move on to the next business? Honorable Senators, please. Honorable Minority Leader, Senator Chirargei, can we settle down, please? Honorable Senator Abbas and Senator Haji, please let's settle down. Senator Halwade, please settle down. Senator Abbas, please don't leave. Please don't leave. Okay, bring. Honorable Senators, we are now in the Committee of the Whole for the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bill number 8 of 2026. Clerk to call the order.
Clause 3.
I propose the question that Clause 3 be part of the bill. Mover?
Chair, I propose that Clause 3 of the bill be amended as indicated in the order paper for today.
I propose the question that Clause 3 be amended as proposed. I put the question that Clause 3 be amended as proposed. Division at the end. Next.
Clause 4.
I propose the question that Clause 4 be part of the bill. Mover?
Honorable Chair, I propose that the Clause 4 of the bill be amended by deleting the subclauses 3 as indicated in the order paper of the day.
I propose the question that Clause 4 be deleted. I put the question that Clause 4 be deleted. Division at the end. Next.
Clause 5.
I propose the question that Clause 5 be part of the bill. Mover?
Honorable Chair, I propose that Clause 5 of the bill be amended as contained in the order paper.
I propose the question that Clause 5 be amended as proposed. I put the question that Clause 5 be amended as proposed. Division at the end. Next.
Clauses 6 to 8.
I propose the question that Clauses 6, 7, and 8 be part of the bill. I put the question that Clauses 6, 7, and 8 be part of the bill. Division at the end. Next.
A new Clause 9.
Mover?
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by inserting the clauses as indicated in the order paper of the day, Class 9 and 10.
I propose the question that new Clause 9 be now read a second time. I put the question that new Clause 9 be now read a second time. Division at the end.
New Clause 10.
Mover?
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by deleting the first schedule and substituting therefore with the schedule as included in the order paper of the day.
I propose Mover, would you kindly move the new clause 10? New clause 10. No. New clause 10.
Clause 8 and 9 be read the second time.
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by inserting the following new clauses, that is clause 9 and 10, and be read a second time.
No, you need to read them separately. This is not. Honorable Senators, we are going back to new clause 9.
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by including new clause 9 and new clause 9 be read a second time.
I propose the question that new clause 9 be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 9 be now read a second time. Division at the end.
New clause
10.
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by including new clause 10, and I propose that new clause 10 be read a second time.
I propose the question that new clause 10 be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 10 be now read a second time. Division at the end.
The first schedule.
I propose the question that the first schedule be part of the bill. Mover?
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by deleting the first schedule and substituting with the schedule as included in the order paper of today.
I propose the question that the first schedule be amended as proposed. I put the question that the first schedule be amended as proposed. Division at the end. Second schedule.
The second
Next.
schedule.
I propose the question that the second schedule be part of the bill. Mover?
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by deleting the second schedule and substituting with the schedule as included in the order paper of today.
I propose the question that the second schedule be amended as proposed. I put the question that the second schedule be amended as proposed. Division at the end.
The third schedule.
I propose the question that the third schedule be part of the bill. Mover?
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by deleting the third schedule and substituting, therefore, with the schedule as contained in the order paper of today.
I propose the question that the third schedule be amended as proposed. I put the question that the third schedule be amended as proposed. Division at the end. Next.
Clause 2, the title, and clause 1.
I propose the question that clause 2, the title, and clause 1 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 2, the title, and clause 1 be part of the bill. Honorable Senators, we will retake clause 4.
Clause 4.
I propose the question that clause 4 be part of the bill. Mover?
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 4 be amended as contained in the order paper of today.
I propose the question that clause 4 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 4 be amended as proposed. Division at the end. Honorable members, we are now moving to Committee of the Whole for the County Allocation Revenue Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2026. Clerk, you may now call the orders.
Clauses 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
I propose the question that clauses 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 be part of the bill. Division at the end. Next.
The first schedule.
I propose the question that the first schedule be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by deleting the first schedule and substituting, therefore, with the schedule as contained in the order paper of today.
I propose the question that the first schedule be amended as proposed. I put the question that the first schedule be amended as proposed. Division at the end. Next.
The second schedule.
I propose the question that the second schedule be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by deleting the second schedule and substituting, therefore, with the schedule as included in the order paper of today.
I propose the question that the second schedule be amended as proposed. I put the question that the second schedule be amended as proposed. Division at the end. Next.
Clause 2, the title, and Clause 1.
I propose the question that Clause 2, the title, and Clause 1 be part of the bill. I put the question that Clause 2, the title, and Clause 1 be part of the bill. Division at the end. We now report. Honorable Senators, we are now going into division for the two bills. Sergeant at Arms, please ring the bell for 5 minutes. Sergeant at Arms, please ring the bell for another 5 minutes. Watu wakuja. Bado.
25. To be safe.
Okay.
So now
Let's the whip come back.
Can come back. They are 26.
Call back the whip.
The whip can come back. Whip.
Yeah, okay.
Acha whip aingie.
Sergeant at Arms, you may now draw the bars.
Yeah, side to yeah.
The whip is working out again.
So you can call the whip, you already have the numbers.
No, we can't lock him out after.
Simwambie leader ampigie whip. Umpigie tu simu. Umpigie tu. Okay, sawa.
Sergeant at Arms, you may now draw the bars. Honorable Senators, we are going to division for the County Government Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bills number 8 of 2026. I wish to caution that if you don't have voting rights, please don't vote. Members, let's settle down. Senator Osotsi, please. The first division is new clauses. I put the question that the not cooked. Done? Hmm? Who has not voted?
Senator Mogeni is not in, right? Senator Murgo is not in. Senator Tango is not in. Okay. Senator Mazzayo.
Senator Mazayo, is he here? Please come and vote manually.
The printer is down.
That's why we're banner. You are my leader. Sasa hata hujui kupiga kura.
And I told him that I was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me, I can, Senator, I can start signing, then you can sign in now for the next vote. No, he can't log in because I've, yes, so let me start it, then I can give you, we can give him a minute.
How long?
No, so you're the one who... I will not log out anyone. I'm continuing.
So what will happen now
so,
is...
So in the next 30, we can give you 30 seconds to go and log in. Yes.
Joyce Korir.
Senator Joyce Korir.
Has he voted?
No, Joyce has not voted. Yeah,
Senator Joyce Korir. Amepeleka.
let me give you the...
Honorable Senators, we are moving on to the next vote. Clauses with amendments. I put the question that clauses 3, 4, 5, first schedule, second schedule, Okay, have you voted?
It's over.
Okay.
Let me just tell you.
Senator Cherargei, please approach the table. Senator Joyce Korir, please approach the table. Huja vote. Waandikia hawa maanaro. You know?
We want to rearrange the speakers.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new candidate.
A very competent one. This one.
Huyu anaenda kuwa mbunge wetu.
Huyu hata anaweza kupatia yeye direct. Huyo usilete hiyo.
Tunataka kupatia nomination. Huyu alilia last time.
Hapana, mwateki. Kiti yake sasa iko sawa. Honorable Senators, we are now moving to the next vote. To all clauses. I put the question that clause 3 as amended, clause 4 as amended, clause 5 as amended, clause 6, clause 7, clause 8, new clause 9, new clause 10, first schedule as amended, second schedule as amended, Senator Tata. Is he here? He's not here. Oh. Cross check.
He's been voting, so that means someone is...
Senator Omtata has been voting. Is that? Okay, next.
Senator Joyce.
Senator Joyce Korir, please. Senator Omtata, please vote.
Where am I voting?
Mr. President, you can't vote. Honorable Senators, we are now moving to division on the county allocation of revenue bill, Senate bills number 10 of 2026. We begin with clauses with amendments. I put the question, Honorable Senators, please. Senator Majority Leader, and Senator Korir. Senator Korir. Honorable Senators, the final one, all clauses. I put the question that clauses 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the first schedule. Senator Joyce Korir.
Senator Korir.
And you prepare the next one. I can start. Honorable Senators, we have the results for the division for the County Government Additional Allocation Bill, Senate Bill number 8 of 2026. Vote 1. Vote 1 on new clauses. The ayes 29, the nays 0, abstentions 0. The ayes have it. Vote number 2, clauses with amendments. The ayes 29, the nays 0, the abstentions 0. The ayes have it. Vote 3, all clauses. The ayes 29, the nays 0, abstentions 0. The ayes have it. The division results for the, where is it? For the county allocation of revenue bill, Senate Bill number 10 of 2026, the results are as follows. Vote 1 on amendments, the ayes 29, the nays 0, abstentions 0, the ayes have it. Vote number 2 on all clauses, the ayes 29, nays 0, abstentions 0, the ayes have it. We now move on to reporting on the bill. For the county government's additional allocation bill, Senate Bills number 8 of 2026. Mover.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do adopt the Senate. The committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the county government additional allocation bill, Senate Bills number 8 of 2026, and its approval thereof with amendment.
I put the question that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the county government's additional allocations bill, Senate Bill number 28 of 2026, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. We now move to report on the county allocation of revenue bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2026. Mover.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee of the said report. Or for the county allocation of revenue bill, sorry. Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the county allocation of revenue bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2026, and its approval thereof with amendments.
I put the question that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the county allocation of revenue bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2026, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable Senators, kindly stay on for a short, because we have for a short while we have another vote at the committee of the whole. So when the House resumes, sorry. Yeah. Sergeant at Arms, you may withdraw the bars.
Honorable members, Mr. Speaker. You're going to report.
On the majority leader. What are you demonstrating when I was? Honorable Senators, we are now reporting on the progress of on the county government's additional allocation bill, Senate Bills number 8 of 2026. Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bills number 8 of 2026, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report.
Under Senator Karenyamu.
And
Can
I
you
request Senator Wambua to second.
Senator Wambua?
The Speaker, I second.
Honorable Senators, I propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. I put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. As many as of the similar opinion say aye. As many as those of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Over.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the County Government Additional Allocation Bill, Senate Bill number 8 of 2026, be now read a third time. I request Senator Sifuna to second.
Senator Sifuna.
Honorable Speaker, I second.
Honorable Senators, I propose the question that the County Government's Additional Allocation Bill, Senate Bills number 8 of 2026, be now read at that time. I put the question that the County Government's Additional Allocation Bill, Senate Bills number 8 of 2026, be now read at that time. Okay, we can report on the other bill. Then we can do the two divisions together. So we are now reporting on the County Allocation of Revenue Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2026. Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the County Allocation of Revenue Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2026, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. And I request Senator Mazao to second.
Minority Leader.
I second.
Honorable Senators, I propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. As many as of the similar opinion say aye. As those of the contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the County Allocation of Revenue Bill, Senate Bill number 10 of 2026, be now read a third time. I request Senator Dulo to second.
Senator Fatuma Nduro.
I second, Chair.
Just, you can just freeze. Don't struggle so much, Senator Kadri. I propose the question that the County Allocation of Revenue Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2026, be now read at that time. You know, Honorable Senators, when the chair pauses at that time, there is a window even to make a contribution. That is why the chair usually pulls a lot of even suppose even to sit to see whether there is any member who is interested to give a word on it. That is experience. Honorable Senators, I put the question that the County Allocations of Revenue Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2026, be now read at that time. So now, Senators, Honorable Senators, we are going to the two divisions. If you have numbers, we can proceed. If not, you can, the Senator terms, you can ring the column bell for 2 minutes. Sergeant, at times, ring the call and bell for 5 minutes. You plot in and ring the bell. Room Tata. You can link the two statements simultaneously.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, I request for a statement on the unlawful appointment and prolonged tenure of the resident director, stroke chief executive officer of Agrochemical and Food Company Limited, brackets ACFC, brackets in Muhoroni, Kisumu County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53, Clause 1, to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the unlawful appointment and prolonged tenure of the resident director, stroke chief executive officer of Agrochemical and Food Company Limited in Muhoroni, Kisumu County. Mr. Speaker, sir, the current resident director and chief executive officer, a citizen of India, took office in October 2011 and is currently above the mandatory retirement age of 60 years. This constitutes unlawful occupation of office for approximately 15 years against the prescribed maximum tenure of 6 years. The prolonged engagement of a non-citizen is contrary to the Public Service Commission's regulations and portrays failure of oversight by the ACFC Board, the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, and other institutions in enforcing compliance with the law. In the statement, the committee should address the following: the legal basis of the appointment and continued tenure of the resident director and chief executive officer of ACFC. 2, the extent of compliance with the Constitution, particularly Articles 10, 232, and 234, as well as the relevant statutory and policy frameworks, including the Mwongozo Code of Governance. 3, whether due process, including open, competitive, and merit-based recruitment, was followed in the initial appointment and any subsequent renewals. 4, the status of compliance with mandatory retirement age requirements and Public Service Commission regulations on expatriate engagement. 5, the role of the ACFC Board, the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, the Public Service Commission, and the Directorate of Immigration Services in permitting or failing to address these violations. 6, the specific administrative, disciplinary, or legal measures that will be taken against responsible officers, institutions, and corrective actions to ensure full compliance and prevent future recurrence. Signed, Senator Andrew Mtoto Koit, MP, Senator from Busia. Mr. Speaker, my second request for a statement is on the construction of a parking facility and associated developments within Nairobi National Park. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53, Clause 1, to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment, and Natural Resources on a matter of national concern regarding a proposed parking facility and associated developments within or adjacent to Nairobi National Park. Mr. Speaker, sir, Nairobi National Park is a globally unique conservation area and one of Kenya's most iconic natural assets. As the only national park located within a capital city, it serves as a critical wildlife habitat, a national heritage resource, a major tourism attraction, a climate regulating ecosystem, and a source of ecological services for present and future generations. Reports indicate that a large-scale parking facility and associated infrastructure are being developed within or in close proximity to Nairobi National Park as part of broader plans linked to facilities surrounding the park. The proposed excision, degradation, fragmentation, or alteration of protected habitats within the park and its surrounding ecosystem have far-reaching implications for Kenya's environmental future and the rights of future generations. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the exact nature, scope, location, acreage, and ownership status of the proposed parking facility and associated infrastructure projects planned within or adjacent to Nairobi National Park. Whether any portion of the Nairobi National Park has been excised, degazetted, allocated, leased, or otherwise made available for the proposed development, and if so, provide the relevant legal instruments, approvals, authorizations, and justification for the development, including reasons why alternative locations outside the protected ecosystem are not identified and utilized. 3, whether an environmental impact assessment was conducted in accordance with the Environmental Management and Coordination Act, and if so, provide copies of the report, approval conditions, mitigation measures, and evidence of compliance with those conditions. 4, the extent of public participation undertaken before approval of the project, including consultations held with local communities and other relevant stakeholders. 5, the anticipated environmental, ecological, hydrological, wildlife, tourism, and socioeconomic impacts of the proposed development, including its effect on wildlife habitats, migratory corridors, biodiversity conservation, and ecosystem integrity, and the measures put in place by the government, the Kenya Wildlife Service, the National Environment Management Authority, and other relevant agencies to mitigate such impacts. 6, the total cost of the project, source of financing, implementing agencies, contractors involved, procurement procedures undertaken, current implementation status, and the steps being taken to safeguard Nairobi National Park and its wildlife dispersal areas from progressive encroachment, habitat fragmentation, and developments that may undermine the long-term viability of the park as a protected national ecosystem. Signed, Senator Andrew Mtoto Koiti, MP, Senator from Busia County, 12th June, 2006. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Next is Senator Godfrey Osotsi.
2026.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to request a statement on the status of the standard gauge railway project from Maimahiu to Malaba and its impact on Vihiga County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the status of the proposed construction of the standard gauge railway from Maimahiu to Malaba, which is expected to pass through Vihiga County. Mr. Speaker, sir, the extension of the standard gauge railway to Malaba is a major national infrastructure project with a significant implication for transport, trade, land use, settlement patterns, livelihoods, and local economic development in the counties through which it will pass. In Vihiga County particularly, in Luanda sub-county, residents and stakeholders have raised concerns regarding the proposed route, land acquisition, compensation, public participation, and the reported exclusion of Luanda from plans for railway station development. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1. The current status of the construction of the standard gauge railway project from Mai Mahiu to Malaba, including the project implementation timelines, funding status, total project cost, financing arrangement, procurement and tendering processes, and any contracts or agreement entered into in respect of the project. 2. The approved route alignment for the railway line from through Vihiga County, including the maps or route plans showing the areas, households, institutions, businesses, and public facilities likely to be affected within the county. 3. The land acquisition and compensation framework for the affected residents, including the number of parcels, households likely to be affected in Vihiga County, the evaluation process, the timelines for compensation, dispute resolution mechanism, and measures to ensure prompt, fair, and adequate compensation. 4. Public participation and stakeholder engagement undertaken in Vihiga County, indicating the dates, venues, participants, issues raised by the residents and stakeholders, and how their concerns raised have been addressed or incorporated into the project design. 5. The measures put in place to avoid challenges experienced during the implementation of the Mombasa-Nairobi standard gauge railway project, including concerns relating to compensation delays, environmental and social impacts, community displacements, procurement transparency, project costs, and long-term financial sustainability. 6. Reasons for the reported exclusion of Luanda from plans for construction of railway station along the route, despite its existing railway station point and supporting infrastructure, and whether the government will review the station development plan to ensure Vihiga County benefits equitably from the project. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senator Godfrey Osozi, Linda Mwananchi, Senator Vihiga County, CBS.
Senator Joe Newton. And Honorable Senator, as you know, you read exactly what is in your statement. You don't need to romanticize your name, because we know you, Senator Godfrey Ososi. Yeah? And when leading your statement, why shouldn't you say you are the one leading and everybody knows you, the country knows the name? So why shouldn't you sign and you are the one leading, not on behalf? Senator Junior.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. These are requests for a statement on the dumping of untreated avocado processing waste in Maragua, Murang'a County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I raise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the indiscriminate dumping of untreated waste by avocado processing factories operating within Kandara and Maragua sub-counties in Muranga County. Mr. Speaker, sir, the disposal of large quantities of sludge and waste in open sites near schools, homes, farms, and water sources, particularly at Bloom's Wempa, adjacent to Peter Kariuki Primary and Secondary Schools, and at a former quarry near AAA growers in Maragua sub-county, poses grave environmental, public health, and safety risks to residents, school-going children, and surrounding communities. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the details of all licenses, approvals, environmental impact assessment, EIA reports, waste management plans, and compliance certificates issued to the avocado processing companies involved in the generation, transportation, and disposal of the solid waste. 2, whether the dumping sites near Peter Kariuki Primary and Secondary Schools in Bloom's Wempa and the quarry site near AAA growers in Maragua sub-county comply with environmental, public health, and waste disposal regulations. 3, whether any environmental audits, water quality assessment, soil contamination tests, or public health inspections have been undertaken at the affected site and provide the findings thereof. 4, the measures being taken to safeguard the health and welfare of residents, particularly school-going children and other vulnerable members of the community living near the dumping sites. 5, whether there have been any investigations into complaints by residents regarding offensive odors, increased fly infestation, and reported health concerns associated with the waste disposal activities. 6, the actions being taken against any companies found to have illegally dumped and treated waste or violated environmental and public health laws, including any penalties, remedial orders, or restoration measures issued. And finally, Mr. Speaker, the immediate and long-term interventions being undertaken to ensure proper treatment, transportation, and disposal of industrial waste generated by avocado processing companies, and to prevent recurrence of similar incidents in Muranga County. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Last but not the least, Senator Aminda Kibwana, on behalf of Senator Edwin Sifuna.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll read this on behalf of Senator Edwin Sifuna. The first statement is on the current state of gazetted forests and conservation areas in Kenya. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment, and Natural Resources on a matter of national concern regarding the current state of gazetted forests, national parks, and other conservation areas in the country. Mr. Speaker, sir, Kenya's forests and conservation areas are critical to climate resilience, biodiversity protection, water security, and the general ecological well-being of the country. However, the continued loss of forest cover through deforestation, excision, and degazettement of protected areas poses a serious threat to environmental sustainability, livelihoods, and the rights of present and future generations. The matter is further aggravated where protected areas are excised or degazetted to pave way for developments that do not serve conservation purposes, including state lodges, convention centers, and other infrastructure. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the current total forest cover in the country compared to the forest cover recorded 10 years ago. 2, the acreage of gazetted forests, national parks, and other protected conservation areas that has been excised, degazetted, or converted to other uses in the last 3 years, including the specific purposes for which the said areas have been used. Number 3, the measures put in place by the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry, the Kenya Forest Service, and other relevant agencies to protect and sustain gazetted forests and conservation areas from irregular excision, degazettement, or conversion to non-conservation uses. I'll read the second one. Also, on behalf of Senator Edwin Sifuna, on the status of the new Karen market. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the state of the new Karen market, whose construction was launched in August 2024. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Karen market project was intended to provide local traders with a safe, dignified, and conducive environment in which to conduct their businesses. However, despite substantial public investment, the project has stalled, leaving hundreds of traders operating in temporary and poorly constructed structures that expose them to harsh weather conditions, insecurity, an unhealthy traditional trading environment. Additionally, traders continue to face harassment, evictions, and destruction of their goods and businesses premises by county enforcement officers, resulting in significant financial losses and disruption of their livelihoods. In the statement, the committee should address the following. Number one, the reasons for the stalled construction of Karen market, including the status of the project, measures being taken to ensure its completion, and the timelines within which construction workers are expected to resume and be finalized. Finally, the extent of losses incurred by traders as a result of raids, evictions, and destructions of property by county enforcement officers, including the number of affected traders and the measures being undertaken by the county government to compensate affected traders and prevent recurrence of such incidents. On behalf of Senator Edwin Sifuna MP, Senator Nairobi, I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Senators. Honorable Senators, I will now rearrange the sequence of the order paper. Defer from order number 11 to 27, and ask the clerk to call the next order. My apologies, Honorable Senators. We are just rearranging the order paper, just the sequences, and we will go straight to order number 27. Clerk.
Order number 27, the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, National Assembly Bills of number 61 of 2022, resumption of debate, second reading.
Catherine Muma. What is your clarification, Senator Eddie Okech?
Mr. Speaker, I do beg that to just get your clarification. You know, we had this order rearranged to the extent that these statements that were read were brought back this way. And Mr. Speaker, you know, we are sat here so to be able to actually put some input in terms of commenting to these statements. So I was just wondering whether there was a chance that we would be able to comment on these statements, or there's some statement that's so critical that we thought that would be important that we at least.
Thank you, Senator Eddie.
Highlight a few issues about them.
I have heard you, but yes, unfortunately, I think you were not either in the House when the Speaker had made a ruling that he was rearranging the order paper, and the statements will be read at this time, and there will be no contributions to the statements. So that ruling has already been made, unfortunately. So we'll go to the next order. Senator Muma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to continue moving the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill. Honorable Speaker, I will be indulgent. I will not even use all my minutes because I actually substantively moved this bill the last time I spoke to it. Honorable Speaker, the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill 2022 is a bill, the first comprehensive legal framework that is providing for the assisted reproductive technology. Honorable Speaker, it is about this Parliament bringing the practice of assisted reproductive technologies, which is currently happening in the country under regulation. Honorable Speaker, the reason it is important for Parliament to pass this law is because many rights would be affected if we allow this practice to happen unchecked. And Honorable Speaker, it is already happening unchecked. It is, we have people signing up, and we have commercial surrogacy happening in the country. And because there is no law and regulation to guide this practice, then we will have rights of vulnerable people who feel they want to make some money being violated. We have the rights of children being violated. For instance, a child who's born out of this process may very well not be able to be provided for in terms of registration. We would have dangers of them being stateless and so on. Honorable Speaker, I raised all this issue the last time I spoke, and I would not want to, because I know there is more business to happen, I would like at this point, if Senator Eddy can and the team
just communicate to the chair and don't mind.
Honorable Speaker, it is because my seconder, Honorable Eddy, is interfering with Senator Mungatana, who I would want to move this.
You just pronounce yourself that you want Senator Mungatana to second. The rest is...
So as I finalize, the bill prohibits certain activities that would actually violate rights. It protects rights for those who would be vulnerable and need protection. For instance, parents, surrogates, donors, children. And it also facilitates issues relating to access to information while also providing for confidentiality. It also brings a regulatory framework on licensing for those who would practice in relation to these technologies. So with all of that, I wish to call upon Senator Mungatana to second. I thank you.
Senator Mungatana.
Bwana Spika, napenda kuchukua nafasi hii kumshukuru Mheshimiwa Seneta Catherine Muma kwa kuielezea kwa makini sheria hii ambayo tunataka kuipitisha kwa bunge letu la Senate. Na sheria hii, Bwana Spika, imekuja kwa sababu ya shida ambayo wananchi wanapata. Bwana Spika, watu wanapendana, watu wanaoana, kisha baada ya kuoana sote huwa tunamwomba Mungu awabariki maharusi na watoto. Lakini ukweli wa mambo ni kwamba kuna watu wengi ambao wanapata kufanya ndoa, wanakubaliana na wanamwomba Mungu wapate watoto, lakini kwa sababu moja ama ingine, pengine bwana anakosa kuweza kuzalisha, ama mama anakosa kuweza kuzalisha, kubeba mimba. Na Bwana Spika, hawa ni watu ambao wamependana, ni watu ambao wamemwomba Mungu awasaidie wapate mtoto, lakini kwa sababu moja ama ingine unakuta mama hawezi kubeba mtoto ama mzee hawezi kuzalisha, kisha shida inaingia nyumbani. Unapata mama anasumbuliwa, na ama unapata ndoa inaharibika, mapenzi yanaisha, shida inaingia pale nyumbani. Watu ambao wamependana, watu ambao waliapa mbele za Mungu kukaa pamoja, shida inakuja kwa sababu ya kukosa namna ya kupata watoto. Bwana Spika, shida kama hii ikija, watu wengi wamekuwa katika hali ya kutatanisha. Wanaambiwa kimbia, nenda nchi fulani, ama kuna mtu fulani ambaye anajua atakupeleka wapi. Watu wanaambiwa nenda Nairobi, nenda Mombasa, nenda Zanzibar, nenda Ethiopia kama uko pande ile ya mashariki ya huko juu. Unaambiwa story nyingi. Wengine wanachukuliwa hela nyingi, Mama Speaker. Wengine wanapelekwa katika hospitali ama mahali ambapo hakuna huduma za kiafya ambazo zinafaa kusimamia na kutibu shida kama hizi. Bwana Spika, imekuwa shida kwa wananchi wetu hapa Kenya, wananchi wetu wa Tana River ambao wana shida ya kukosa kupata mtoto kwa sababu ya udhaifu wa kuzalisha ama kubeba mimba. Bwana Spika, hii sheria ambayo nasimama kuiunga mkono kwa dhati imekuja ili tuhakikishe ya kwamba wananchi ambao wako na shida kama hizi wanapata suluhisho bila kushindwa, bila kuteswa, bila kutumiwa vibaya. Bwana Spika, teknolojia ambayo ipo sasa inaweza kusaidia wananchi. Teknolojia ambayo ipo Kenya, ipo katika nchi ya Afrika Mashariki, hata katika Afrika yenyewe bila kutoka, ipo sasa. Kwa sababu watu wamesoma mambo ya medicine, mambo haya, na teknolojia imekuwa ya hali ya juu na watu wanaweza kupata usaidizi. Bwana Spika, mbali na teknolojia, sayansi pia imeweza kuhakikisha ya kwamba mbegu za mwanamume zinaweza kuchukuliwa, zikawekwa katika yai ile ya mwanamke na ikawekwa nje ya tumbo ya yule mama kama ako na shida ya kubeba, na ikabebwa na mtu mwingine mpaka mtoto akapatikana, ama ikawekwa katika hospitali mahali ambapo inakaa mpaka wakati ambapo wanataka kuibeba hiyo mimba. Hii ni teknolojia, hii ni sayansi ambayo ipo. Sasa swali ni, je, wananchi wa Kenya watafanya hivi kufuatia sheria kinamna gani? Je, sheria ipo ya kusaidia mama ama baba ama kijana ama msichana ambaye wamependana na wako katika hali hii, changamoto hii, wataifanya namna gani ili wafanye kwa hali ambayo ni safi, hali ambayo serikali imekubali, hali ambayo inaeleweka na kila mtu na haina tashwishi, na hali ambayo hawatawekwa pesa nyingi ama kutumiwa vibaya kwa sababu ya shida hiyo. Kwa hivyo sheria hii, Bwana Spika, imetupatia nafasi ya kujenga familia ambazo zingepata shida. Imetupatia nafasi kubwa, na hii sheria, Bwana Spika, inatoa nafasi ya hata wale ambao pengine ni wazee. Bwana Spika, kuna watu ambao wanakuja kupata mpenzi wao wakiwa wao wenyewe wamezeeka, lakini wanapendana na huyo mama pengine ni mzee, ama yule mzee ni mzee, na hawawezi kubeba mimba kwa sababu ya hali ya udhaifu ya kimwili. Hiyo mimba inaweza kubebwa kisayansi nje ya tumbo ya yule mpenzi wako, ama huyo mama mzee, ama mama ambaye ako na shida, alafu mtoto akazaliwa bila shida yoyote. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, safari ambayo tumeianza katika bunge hili la Seneti ni kusaidia wananchi wa Kenya, ni kuhakikisha kuna sheria ambayo sasa hakuna mtu ambaye ataenda kuambiwa utalipa milioni 1, utalipa milioni 2 kuvunja manyumba ya watu, kwa hali sayansi ipo. Kwa hivyo hii sheria Bwana Spika imetengeneza kamati ya teknolojia ambayo itasimamia na kutunza mambo haya. Imepatia sheria ambazo zinapingwa na zimepigwa marufuku hapa. Sheria ambayo inasema kwamba kwa mfano hawezi kuchukua mtu kama amekwisha aga, huwezi kutumia mayai yake. Kama ni mwanamume huwezi kutumia mbegu zake. Hata kama mmeziweka ndani ya fridge haziwezi kutumika. Inasema kuwa haitakubalika kuchukua mbegu ya mwanaume ukaichanganya na mbegu za wanyama, ama kufanya kitu ambayo haiko katika mipangilio ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Kwa hivyo hii sheria sasa imetusaidia kutengeneza namna mwafaka ya wananchi kupata nafasi ya kujisaidia, na pia imeweka sheria na kukataza mambo mengine ambayo kuna watu wabaya ambao wangeyatumia kutumia shida ambazo wananchi wanapata kufikia hapo. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, mimi nasema tuipitishe hii sheria. Naomba sana wabunge wenzangu katika bunge letu la Senate tuipitishe hii sheria, kwa sababu kuna kitengo cha wananchi ambao wanasumbuka, na kuna walaghai ambao wameingia kitengo hicho na kujaribu kupata pesa kutumia shida ya hawa wananchi. Sasa tutakuwa na mwelekeo wa kisawasawa. Ukienda hospitali utaelezewa vile utafanya. Sheria ambayo itatumika itaenda paka kwa hospitali za wananchi wa kawaida. Itakuwa kwamba paka pale Hola, ile hospitali yetu kubwa pale Tana River, kama huwezi kupata watoto na uko na shida namna hiyo, hii sheria sasa itasaidia watu kwenda pale na kusaidika, na sio kutoa pesa nyingi. Kwa hivyo sisi tunataka sana sheria hii iwasaidie watu wetu. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka kuketi nikisema, wabunge wenzangu, tuiunge mkono hii sheria, kwa sababu pengine mimi na wewe hatuko na hiyo shida, lakini kuna wengine wetu wako na hiyo shida, na hata mbele ya Mungu kazi tutakayoifanya leo kuipitisha hii sheria itatuongezea zile marks huko mbele kwa Mwenyezi Mungu. Kiulizwa ulipokuja hapa Senate ni kitu gani ingine ulifanya, maana kuna wengine, wewe wacha bwana, wewe senator wa Migori, utaulizwa ilikuwaje huko ulipokuwa senator, ulifanya kazi gani? Na kazi ya moja ambayo utasema ulifanya tukipitisha hii sheria ni kwamba ulisaidia wenzako wanadamu kuweza ambao walikuwa na shida kupata watoto wakitumia teknolojia. Kwa hayo mengi machache, Bwana Spika, naunga mkono. Asante sana.
Honorable Senators, I propose the question that the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, National Assembly Bills number 61 of 2022 be now read a second time. Senator Okenyuri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I actually do not understand why we are being hurried to finish this process, because I'll spend a few minutes, but I really do not understand why that limitation should be there, because this is a bill which is coming to address very serious challenges. Mr. Speaker, are you aware there are women who have been sent out of their marriages because they cannot conceive? That is a discussion which we would have had adequate time to actually contribute and support this bill, Mr. Speaker. While as it may be, let me commend Senator Catherine Muma, the co-sponsor. And the sponsor from the National Assembly, Honorable Millie Odhiambo, a legislator I admire. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to interact with her and share her book, Rig or Be Rigged. So I had to support this bill, Mr. Speaker, because it addresses a challenge which people do not want to talk about, yet very rampant in our communities. Mr. Speaker, we have people who are practicing assisted reproductive, who are practicing assisted reproduction, and we are not talking about it. So I think it's a time that this conversation needs to be open so that we assist people who want to conceive and bring to life children, so that they are not, their homes, they are not going to be sent out of their marriages, because having children is a blessing. When someone is not able to have children and you segregate them because of that, that's really unfortunate. And the reason why I really had to speak about this is because it is providing a solution to that challenge that Mr. Speaker have just mentioned. So because we really have limited time, allow me to just say I support that bill on that basis, that we are going to assist several families out there. People want to, to protect certain attributes they love. And people, the moment you advance in age, you know you are not able to, you are dealing with certain challenges, which, Mr. Speaker, I might not mention at this time, but I support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Moroma.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa hii fursa umenipa ili kuchangia huu mswada ulioletwa na Senator Muma, kwa kimombo unaitwa Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, wa kusaidia kina mama wale ambao hawawezi kupata watoto. Mheshimiwa Spika, nafikiri ni wakati mwafaka wa kupitisha huu mswada, kwa sababu yeyote anayeoa ama anayeenda kwa ndoa ama anayefanya tendo la ndoa kwa minajili ya kupata watoto, anataka kupata watoto ili kusongeza kizazi chake mbele. Lakini mara kwa mara, Mheshimiwa Spika, tumeona ya kwamba haijawezekana, Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hivyo hii sheria inatafuta kuangalia ni jinsi gani wale ambao hawajaweza kubeba mimba wao wenyewe wanaweza kusaidika ili kubeba mimba. Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna watu wengi kwa sababu moja ama ingine hawawezi kubeba mimba. Kwa mfano, wale ambao ni wanawake ambao labda katika ujana wao wamekuwa wakiavya mimba, basi wakijaribu kupata mimba kwa hali ya kawaida wanashindwa. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, huu mswada umekuja kwa wakati unaofaa ili kusaidia wale ambao hawawezi kubeba mimba, kuwe na njia ya kusaidiwa na wenzao kubebewa mimba kwa kutafuta mbinu ya kupata yai la mama na ile mbegu kutoka kwa shahawa ya mwanamume kuwekwa pamoja na kuwa mtoto, Mheshimiwa Spika. Lakini hakuja kuwa njia ya kudhibiti hiyo teknolojia, Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa mfano, kama mama amebebewa mimba, kwa sababu hawezi kubeba mimba, imekuwa shida sana, kwa sababu kuna kina mama ambao wamekimbia na watoto wa wenzao, Mheshimiwa Spika. Lakini sasa katika huu mswada ni bayana ya kwamba huyu mama akibebea mwenzake mimba, basi majina ya mtoto yataandikishwa kwa yule mama ambaye anambebea mimba. Na nafikiri hilo ni swala muhimu sana, kwa sababu wakati unapozalia mwenzako, basi mpaka uende kwa ile sheria ya adoption ya kwamba huyu mtoto ambaye mimi nimebebea mwenzangu ataandikishwa kwa majina yangu, na ile ambaye ni mamake mwenyewe inabidi afanye adoption. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, nafikiri katika bunge letu itakuwa ni jambo la muhimu sana kuunga mkono huu mswada wa Senator Muma kwa sababu ya kudhibiti hii teknolojia ya assisted reproduction, Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hivyo naunga mkono moja kwa moja, Mheshimiwa Spika, na siwezi kuendelea zaidi ya hapo kwa sababu nimeambiwa kwamba muda hauko, lakini hii sheria tuiunge mkono sote, kwa sababu tumeona ya kwamba kuna watu ambao wangetaka kupata watoto na wanaenda kwa mfano ni msichana mdogo ama miaka inaelekea, anaona hawezi kuolewa na kwamba atakuwa bila mtoto, basi anatafuta wanaume wa wenzao, wababa, wanaitwa wababas, anatafuta wababas ili apate watoto. Lakini katika teknolojia hii, hata kama huwezi kupata mtoto, hutakuja kwa mzee kama mimi ili nikupatie mbegu. Unaweza kutafuta mtu wako upate mbegu na kupandikiziwa mtoto, Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hivyo sitaki kuendelea zaidi ya hapo kwa sababu muda umeisha. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Asante Senator Mwaruma. Senator Can I call the mover to reply?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm moving to reply just to thank all the senators who have contributed to this bill, to actually, who have contributed positively and who acknowledge that we will be doing ourselves as a nation a big favor if we pass this law, so that the science and technologies and advancements in matters relating to fertility can benefit Kenyan men and women, and that this is within our culture. Honorable Speaker, surrogacy existed in some of our cultures, and it is something we need to embrace and to support as a country. I expect when we reach to move to the next stage of this bill, that every senator will see the value of this bill and will embrace it. I therefore reply. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also defer the putting of the question. Thank you. I wish to request the Honorable Speaker that the putting of the question be deferred. Thank you.
The putting of the question is hereby deferred.
Honorable Senators, we are rearranging the sequence and moving on to order number 28.
Order number 28, the County Government's Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2025, second reading.
Senator Haji.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I beg to move the County Government Laws Amendments Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2025, and request for it to be read now a second time pursuant to Standing Order number 146 of the Senate Standing Orders. Madam Speaker, this bill seeks to amend the County Governments Act, Cap 26, and the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act, Cap 265B. The amendments aim to enhance the legislative process at the county level by ensuring timely assent and publication of bills mandating governors to deliver state of the county addresses before assemblies, establishing clear timelines for the nomination and approval of county executive committee members and chief officers, aligning county public service board terms with electoral cycles, restricting pre-election appointments, introducing periodic county public service audits, and deeming nominations approved if assemblies fail to act within the specific period. These proposed changes are intended to promote efficiency, accountability, and better governance in county administration. Madam Speaker, you will see that the intention of amending the county government laws amendment bill was brought about by a problem that we faced this term in the Senate when certain governors after the election took almost 2 years to appoint chief officers. And Madam Speaker, in some of their defenses, they kept telling the Senate that they were having problems with the County Public Service Board. Therefore, I don't want to take much time, and I will ask senators to read this bill. In amending this bill, we will be able to bring efficiency in the county government, and we will be able to put to task governors in following the law, because the laws as it is now, it's silent on some of these matters. The County Government Act as it is right now provides the framework for the establishment, functions and operations of county governments. The key sections which the bill seeks to amend include Section 24, which outlines the process of assent to bills passed by county assemblies. We have seen and we have heard from the county assemblies that they have been passing bills at the assembly, and the governors are sitting on the bills, then they don't see the light of day. Section 25, which requires legislation passed by the county assemblies, is amended for the governor to publish in both the County Gazette and the Kenya Gazette. Section 30, which requires governors to deliver annual state of the county address, but does not specify the forum. I remember hearing in this floor of the House, we've had governors addressing the assembly under a tree in some counties. And we've seen also some county assemblies holding two forums, one at the assembly and another one outside the assembly. So this law will regularize that. Section 35, which provides for the appointment of county executive committee members without explicit timelines for nomination and approval post-swearing in or after the elections. Section 42, which requires the constitution of a new county executive committee after an election to be finalized within 21 days of the swearing in of the county assembly members, a timeline that is inconsistent with the Public Appointments Approval Act and has been found to be insufficient. Section 45, which deals with the county chief officers but lacks caps on their numbers and approved timelines. In this bill, we have amended and we have proposed that the number of county officers be pegged at 20, but after during the public participation, when the county, Council of Governors appeared, they said for some counties, which is understandable, that for some counties, the number 20 or 14 will be very small. For example, Nairobi County, which is quite a big county with a big budget, might require a bit more. But that is something open for discussion with the senators, and during amendments we can see if we can increase the number of chief officers. Section 58, which sets a 6-year non-renewable term for county public service boards without alignment to electoral cycles. We proposed in the amendment that since governors are the office of the governor is a political office, and we understand that governors go through an election cycle, and when they campaign, they do make promises, and one of the major promises that governors make is employment of youths and citizens at the county government. Yet we have seen that after every election, there seems to be a disconnect between the County Service Public Board and the governor, because the County Service Board was appointed by the previous governor. So we thought that we should put a clause to enable a newly elected governor to be able to appoint a new public service board, but within a period of time, because we have allowed that he can keep the board for a period of 6 months after the elections. Section 58, Section 58A, which provides for the governor to nominate members to a selection panel for selecting suitable candidates as county public service board members, only when a vacancy arises, but does not require such nominations after a general election. Section 63, which restricts certain appointments during election periods, but allow exceptions for continuity. Madam Speaker, the other thing that we have noticed in the period of time that we've been in the Senate is that when governors go towards the election, they tend to break the laws by hiring a lot of people as a promise for them to re-elect the governor to the office again. And we have realized that this one usually affects the ceiling. And when the governor comes in the next election, if a new governor comes in, he finds a bloated human resource at the county level. Section 86, which does not currently mandate periodic audits of the county public services. Madam Speaker, we've also included a clause to allow the National Public Service Board to conduct an audit of all the 47 counties to ensure that the people who've been employed as civil servants in the county government do meet the requirement and the set laws which are there in employing them. Therefore, Madam Speaker, by aligning public service board terms with the, my apologies. Madam Speaker, I believe that the amendments will enhance the legislative process at the county level, and I would ask senators to support this bill. And also, I believe that senators probably have different experiences at the county, at the different counties they come from, and they will be able to provide further amendments to this bill so that we can improve it further and ensure that we take care of any loopholes that are there that governors or the executive take advantage of. With those few remarks, Madam Speaker, I will ask Senator Eddie Okech to second this bill.
Senator Eddie.
Madam Speaker, it is a privilege to second this bill because, Madam Speaker, governors have struggled with the concept of service to the extent that the relationship between governors and members of the county assembly and the relationship between governors and the county public service boards has been very adversarial and has been that one of dictatorship in most cases, where the governor's will must always happen the way the governor wants it. To the extent that, Madam Speaker, the legislative process and the accountability framework that should be done by county assemblies has not taken root in our counties. In fact, our counties, the MCAs only play a representative role. If you look at the legislative process, Madam Speaker, a simple issue like MCAs being able to sit down and figure out different laws in the counties that will make running the counties efficient do not even get publicized. They don't take root. And the worst part is that there is no any predictable way with which they can be able to pass these laws knowing that the governors would assent to them and make them laws. Unless, in most cases, where the governors have got personal interest and sometimes interest to the legislative process, like maybe they want a fund to be created, that's when they will listen to MCAs. Or maybe they want to give land to different private sector people, that's when they will actually pass those laws. So this is a very important piece of legislation that will be able to make sure that things like legislation take root in the county. But most importantly, even the issue of the public service board, the public service boards in the county, Madam Speaker, you'll find that even where this law doesn't exist, the sitting governor will always have problems and victimization against anybody who they don't like in this public service board, that it doesn't make sense for an overlap. It is important that we make it possible that the public service board that will be serving going forward is that which can align with the needs of the county at that time and make it easier for the governor to operate, as well as the governor to be able to have an amicable relationship. So, Madam Speaker, I know time is stretched and we're going on recess. I wanted to make sure that when we're going on recess, this bill should actually have been passed so that we can be able to make these counties efficient. Therefore, Madam Speaker, I second and support this bill in totality. I thank you.
Honorable Senators, I propose the question that the County Government's Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2025, be now read a second time. There's no one to contribute, so I'll call upon the mover to reply.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Senator Cage, for seconding the motion. Madam Speaker, I just want to state that county governments play a pivotal role in devolved governance. And unless this Senate takes action to regularize the laws which have already been passed in order to cover the loopholes which are there in the law that the governors have been able to take advantage of in the last period of time since 2013 when we passed the new constitution. I think laws are there to be amended over time, and it is time that we amend several laws, including the Public Finance PFM Act, because in the PFM Act there seems to be a lot of loopholes which governors are taking advantage of. And we've seen also in the employment of county staff, there's a lot of loophole. The law does not state on the number of advisors a county governor can have. We've seen some counties, some governors, they have 4 advisors. Others have up to 30 or more advisors, which is actually an abuse of the mandate that they've been given by the people. The purpose for us as a Senate to amend the laws as we move forward is to ensure that the county governors are held to account for the mandate that they have been given after being elected in that office. And Madam Speaker, I thank Senator Eddy, and I seek to move to reply and ask that we defer division to a later date. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
It is so deferred. Honorable Senators, it is now 6:30 p.m. Time to adjourn the Senate. The Senate therefore stands adjourned until tomorrow, Thursday, 18th June 2026 at 2:30 p.m.
Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to this live broadcast of the Senate of the Republic of Kenya,